Hey guys, gizmoddict here, and this is the Realme U1. So a lot has been said and done about this phone. It has received some very polarizing review, and today it's time that I let you know my thoughts about the Realme U1. So let's get started with my review of this phone. Honestly, I feel very neutral about this phone. I don't think it's a bad phone, but then I don't think it's one of the best that your money can buy either. So anyways, let's get started with my review of the Realme U1. I'll also be making this video in Hindi, so if you'd like to watch that, the link to my Hindi channel is in the description box. And while you're in the description, maybe you can also subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell so that you don't miss out on more awesome reviews like these. Now we'll get started with the video. Since the ultimate selling point of the Realme U1 is the camera, first let's talk about the front facing camera of this phone. So you've got a 25 megapixel shooter on the front, and Realme has been marketing this a lot. It takes some amazing selfies. I think it's one of the best front facing camera in the price segment. I've compared it with the Zenfone Max Pro M2 as well as the Redmi Note 6 Pro, and I do think that the Realme U1 takes amazing selfies. There is no doubt about it. Realme has done a great job with the 25 megapixel sensor. But the catch is Realme has kind of cheated here because you cannot use 25 megapixels for a portrait mode. And a lot of users, including you and me, when we try to take selfies, we take it in the portrait mode. So the thing on the Realme U1 and almost every other Realme phone is that you cannot take portrait mode selfies above 8 megapixels. So even though you have a 25 megapixel sensor on the Realme U1, if you're gonna take selfies in portrait mode, it's not gonna go above 8 megapixels. So yeah, if you want that 25 megapixel resolution, you have to turn the portrait mode off. So it's kind of sad because since Realme is targeting this phone just for the selfies, they should have, enabled portrait mode at 25 megapixels. Maybe they can do that with an upgrade, and I hope they do. So Realme, if you're listening, please enable portrait mode on the front facing camera at full resolution. Don't just cap it at 8 megapixels. But regardless of that, the front facing camera performance of this phone is amazing, but I cannot say the same about the rear facing camera on this phone. As compared to phones like the Zenfone Max Pro M1, Zenfone Max Pro M2, Redmi Note 6 Pro, the camera performance is not that great on the back camera. It's not bad, you can take a good picture or two, but then it's not the best. Plus, considering you've got a MediaTek processor and Realme doesn't really do anything to enable camera to API on the phone, you cannot install and play with Google Camera on the Realme U1. So that's a big disadvantage here because the other phones in this price bracket can have Google Camera, and with those phones, you get things like night sight. So nothing like this is available on the Realme U1, and that is where I feel the camera is a bit of a letdown. And where I'm completely disappointed though is with respect to video recording on this phone. So I don't know what's wrong with Realme, but there is no electronic image stabilization here. The video is capped at 1080p. There are barely any controls for video, and you cannot even shoot 4K. So that's the thing, almost every other phone in this price segment either has 4K recording or has 1080p at electronic image stabilization. I mean, Xiaomi is giving EIS at a 7000 rupee Redmi 6. So I don't know what's wrong with Realme. Why can't they have EIS on the Realme U1 as well? So yeah, in video department, it's a big disappointment, and it's far behind as compared to all of the competitors that are there in this price segment. Where Realme is trying to make up though is in terms of performance, because the U1 gets MediaTek's Helio P70 chip and the performance out of it is good. I could play PUBG on balanced settings and the gameplay was okay for the most part. You could notice a minor stutter here or there quite a few times, but then given its price, I don't really want to complain, although I did have more expectations out of the Helio P70. Plus, I really like the gaming mode on this phone because it will not disturb you at all with notifications while playing the game. A lot of phones in this price bracket miss out on this, but I'm glad that ColorOS has it. That's the thing about ColorOS. It does have a lot of added features, gestures, which come in very handy, but where Realme lacks is in terms of optimization. It doesn't feel as smooth as other phones in this price segment, and especially where I would like to complain is with regards to the memory management of this phone. It's not as good as the Realme 2 Pro. Realme 2 Pro had amazing memory management, but on the Realme U1, I could see recent apps reload quite often. And on top of that, they're not good with updates either. None of the Realme phones have got an Android Pie as of now. Now Realme 1 was supposed to get it, I think, by the end of 2018. But now Realme says that all of their phones will get the Android Pie update by Q1 or Q2 of 2019. So basically until June of 2019, I don't think you're gonna see a Pie update on your Realme phone. So don't keep your hopes high, don't expect it anytime soon, it's not gonna come. And one last thing I would like to point out about ColorOS is that it's also very aggressive in terms of power consumption. So a lot of your apps might not give you notifications on time, and if that happens, you need to go to settings, apps, and there disable all of the power saving options. After that, I think you can have notifications without any issues. That brings us to the battery life of this phone. You've got 3500 mAh of battery on this phone, and I have to say that it easily works through one full working day. Even if you're going to use your phone heavily, you will end up with at least 10 to 20% of battery at the end of the day, so battery life is definitely not an issue on this phone. It takes around 2 hours 15 minutes for a full charge, so it's not that bad when it comes to charging times as well. It's 3500 mAh, so it doesn't take a lot of time to charge, and the battery life is good. ColorOS unfortunately does not show you screen on time, so I can't give you a specific number, so you have to take my word for it. The battery life on the Realme U1 is not bad, and you can easily get through one working day even on heavy usage. The display is also good on this phone. The colors are impressive, the viewing angles are good, and I didn't notice anything bad about it. Although there is a small bummer, which is the fact that there is no widevine L1 support here. So Netflix and Amazon Prime will not work in HD. It goes up to 540p max, and the difference is noticeable when you keep it next to something like the Moto One Power or the Zenfone Max Pro M1 or M2. But apart from Netflix, YouTube and Hotstar work fine at full HD, so you can use those apps at full resolution without worrying about anything. And since we're talking about the display, a lot of people have shown their concerns about the build quality of this phone. It's not that great, people think, and the back and the front of this phone can get scratched very easily. Honestly, I don't mind the build quality on the Realme U1. I know it's made out of plastic, it's similar to the Realme 2 Pro, but then the thing is, even though it's made out of plastic, it feels more premium than the Zenfone Max Pro M2. So on my Max Pro M2, I had a creaking issue, so if I used to press on the frame of the phone, I used to get creaking sounds, but on the Realme 2 Pro, there's nothing like that. So yeah, the build quality of this phone is fine, and with regards to the scratches, I haven't really faced anything because I used my phone with the TPU case that Realme bundles with this phone. Call quality as well as the network reception on this phone has been great. You've got dual VoLTE, so there are no issues with that. And the audio via the headphone jack as well as the audio via Bluetooth is good, but then I think it could have been a little louder. I don't like the audio features that Realme bundles with ColorOS, so just go to sound settings and here turn RealSense off for a more natural audio output. Otherwise the audio sounds very echoey and it sounds weird, so just go and turn it off. Unfortunately, there is no LED notification light on this phone because you've got dewdrop notch here, so Realme had to disable it, and that's one thing that I didn't like. Although I love the dewdrop notch on this phone, I wish they could have somewhere put the LED notification light. The fingerprint sensor as well as the face unlock works great on this phone. I feel this is one of the fastest fingerprint sensor as well as the face unlock that I've used on a phone in this price bracket, so no complaints there. It's definitely faster than the Zenfone Max Pro M2 or the Redmi Note 6 Pro that I have been using, and I've got no complaints with either the fingerprint sensor or the face unlock. They work great without any kinds of issues. So ultimately, what's the conclusion of this video? Should you buy the Realme U1 or not? Honestly, the U1 is not a bad phone, but then I can't wholeheartedly recommend the Realme U1. It's not something disruptive in this price segment, plus if you shell out a bit more money, you can get the Realme 2 Pro, which is overall a better phone than the U1. You can also have the Zenfone Max Pro M2, and the Zenfone Max Pro M1 actually is a lot cheaper now. I think you can get it for 10,000 rupees, which is 2,000 rupees cheaper, and you've got like 5,000 mAh of battery there, a metal body, you've got Google camera, night sight. So yeah, you've got a lot of things going on for the Zenfone Max Pro M1 as well, and you can save a bit of cash as well, or you can put in a bit more cash and get the Zenfone Max Pro M2 or the Realme 2 Pro. So the thing is, the Realme U1 doesn't really make a lot of sense unless you're taking a lot of selfies. So if you want a phone that is majorly geared for taking selfies, then you can probably consider the Realme U1. Like I said, it's not a bad phone. You're gonna be happy with the phone even if you buy it, but then it's not the best and you've got better options for the same price or lesser. So yeah, that's all I have to say about the Realme U1. Do let me know in the comments if you would like to buy the U1 or not, and if yes, then why would you like to buy the Realme U1? And if you're not gonna buy the Realme U1, then let me know which phone would you pick in this price segment and why. Anyways, that concludes my review of the Realme U1. If you guys enjoyed watching it, then please hit the like button, and if you're new here, then definitely hit the red subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you don't miss out more reviews like these. I'm also going to review the Redmi Note 6 Pro very soon, so stay tuned for that. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back in the notifications very soon. Bye.